All right, this just proves once again that the blood is thicker than water, and Tesla and Elon Musk are being sued for picking family over Tesla's interest, shareholder interest, customer interest, and so forth. Now, this goes back all the way to 2016 when Tesla acquired SolarCity, and by acquired, a lot of people mean bailed out. And there are some interesting facts that are coming out now. Why now? Well, because the lawsuit that was filed by some of the shareholders a couple of years ago had some legal actions on it and some developments, and so now some of the documents got unsealed and we found out a lot of interesting information. Not the best news obviously for Tesla. The stock is reacting, and I'll show you where it's at right now. I'm still going to claim that these things are still good for Tesla and Elon, because I feel like, all of these things, all of this growing pains as a CEO, he just kind of has to go through, and these lawsuits and accusations and hard-learned lessons are making him into a better CEO. I think he has definitely come down a lot this year and was able to drive the company and concentrate on it better. But once again, the past came to hunt him today, and I'll tell you the details and why I was actually very excited, still a little bit excited about SolarCity acquisition. All of this is coming up next. Welcome to E4Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, so we are talking about SolarCity. Just a reminder that Tesla acquired SolarCity in 2016 for $2.6 billion. Yes, that money could have helped now, but most of it obviously was in stock. And now the details are coming out as a result of that lawsuit about what happened, why, and how heavily Elon was involved into this. Now, as I mentioned, stock is not reacting very well to it at all, over 7% down. That's a pretty big shift, especially given that the market overall was up. So investors are not reacting very well to potential screwing investors news story. Now, let me first of all tell you why I was excited in the very beginning, because, I thought this was a great idea for Tesla to have a vertical integration of all of this energy products. And if I drive a Tesla and I'm a green energy tree hugging type of guy, I would probably want to buy the Powerwall, the solar panels, and the solar roof. I very pride myself in being one of the first, it's not the first journalist to actually report on a solar roof installation. Here's me talking about it in front of one of the first houses that had it installed in San Jose, California. Had also a follow-up with some numbers from the owner, and he's been very gracious. So I was excited about stuff like that. I think this is a breakthrough type of stuff. So they had a product, the Powerwall. I think it's another great idea, another addition to solar panels and solar roofs, and of course all of this energy ends up in your home and most importantly in your car. And they have a Gigafactory too. They have the place where to create this. They didn't have to build it. It was pretty much done by then, and Panasonic as their partner. So everything was in place. I thought it was a great idea because this was kind of taking Tesla to the next level as not just an automaker but an energy company. I mean, we're talking about a Shell, Chevron type of a potential, and unfortunately, none of it really came to reality. They restructured the two cousins that ran the company, left within a year, and they've changed everything except for they're not producing much. There are delays with delivering Powerwalls. There's solar roof definitely has not been really out there as much. They are ramping it up. Yes, they have a new subscription service that they've just announced, and I hope it's the beginning of something big, but not much has happened. Their profits also from that has not have gone up as much. It is a seasonal type of a product, obviously much tougher to sell during winter times, even in California. But so let's talk about what happened with that acquisition and why these shareholders, by the way, mainly pension funds. I don't know who why would you run a pension fund and still and invest into like a high risk new technology company. But nevertheless, let me tell you about some facts. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byte, and check out their all-electric SUV called M-Byte, coming to the US and Europe. Join myself and over 50,000 other people who already reserved one. Cost absolutely $0. There's no deposit, but 60 seconds takes to fill out that form. So go to the description of this video to reserve your Byte today. All right, so let's talk about what happened. Now, there's one fact that I really didn't know about is that, before the acquisition, SpaceX, one of other Elon Musk's companies, have invested and bought $225 million worth of bonds to kind of prep up all the financials for SolarCity, and this also violated their own policy of how they invest money, and they've done it 3 times. The total was 225, but I think it was 90, and then the rest. So that was definitely not a good. And by the way, Elon at that time owned about 22% of SolarCity and 22% of Tesla, and obviously his brother Kimball is heavily involved in both, and his cousins were running the SolarCity at that time. Now, in 2016, when the sale was actually made, there were no other bidders. And that's another red flag that's mentioned in the lawsuit, is because they just essentially claiming that this, Elon just wanted to help his family and really himself as well, and to prep up the company as much as possible. Nobody else wanted to do it, and then Tesla came in and did it. Right after that, the company who did the audit for it declared the company insolvent. So essentially, that's not good. And this is, I guess, the whole central point of this is that, as the CEO of Tesla, Elon and everybody else involved should have looked out for the interest of investors, because that's their job. And the interest of investors definitely do not include acquiring companies that are insolvent, that are in too much debt and not producing enough revenues and cash flow and so forth. So now Elon did recuse himself from most of the dealings, but he was involved in some. And obviously, just the fact that it was him and his family members that they participated in this, their claims that this definitely was a big effect. There's nothing new that Elon runs this company with a lot of support and from his family, especially of his brother. But there are some laws and regulations, and obviously this lawsuit is going to explore that. Now, the reason we're hearing all about this is because Elon and Tesla were trying to get it dismissed, but the judge ordered that no, it's going to move forward, and it gave it a class action status actually. So it's a class action suit now from all this pension funds. Again, don't really understand. Now here's a statement from Tesla about this, and they're saying these allegations are based on the claims of plaintiffs' lawyers looking for a payday. Oh, that's the statement from Tesla. Of course, first of all, lawyers make money, and you can say about any lawyers, Tesla's lawyers, the shareholders' lawyers. But if they're saying that about the plaintiffs, then it even makes less sense, because, when you're an investor, all you care is about, you're looking for payday. That's your 100% job description, really. Make more money. So that's a weird statement from Tesla. And just like I said, I think this whole thing could be a positive thing. I don't think Elon will ever go out and acquire a company in such a manner. And he was also accused of hiding things and some of the facts and stuff like that. So hopefully it's going to make him more transparent. Now, don't forget, there's other lawsuits that are going on. There's a Walmart roof fire. There's a couple of deaths that happened because of autopilot. Of course, we know about the pedophile tweet lawsuit that Elon is involved with. And by the way, that one is going very oddly. In his last deposition, I guess he basically said that he wasn't trying to actually accuse him of pedophilia. He actually was just trying to be a dick, essentially. That's what he said. But then later, off the record, he still called him a child rapist. So it's still a mess. That one I actually hope he loses, because I thought that was the worst thing that I've ever seen him do. That was not okay. But you guys know how I feel about it. But back to this one, it's it is what it is. what's done is done. I think there's a still huge opportunity for them to turn the SolarCity, Tesla Energy as they call it now, around. There's a huge potential there. And I guess I'm not sorry that they've actually acquired it, but if they acquired it in not so much legal way or going against the best interest of shareholders, then obviously this is going to play out very differently. Let me know what you think. Of course, a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons. Bob, thank you so much for joining my Patreon community. I'm the full-time YouTuber, so this is basically how I pay my rent. So I appreciate you and the rest of my Patreon community for contributing. If you want to become one and watch me live, that's one of the biggest perks there. You can go to patreon.com/e4electric, and it is in the description of this video, along with our VIP list link. If you want to get on a VIP list, that's free. You get a bonus story every Saturday, something that is still very exciting, but we're not able to fit it into this channel or on our website at e4electric.com. But you can go to e4electric.com/VIP and sign up for that for free today. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.